Any elected official should have some knowledge in the field where he or she is going to be elected to. If you don't have the experience, you're depending on other people to tell you how to run your business, and in that case, then you might as well have the other person in that position. I've been here since 1974. I moved over from Miami. That's where I was born, and I've been here ever since. I worked with the Lee County Sheriff's Office for 28 years. Majority of that time was in corrections. I worked my way up in corrections till I was a colonel over the corrections area. I know Jim pretty well. Jim and I have worked together on a lot of different things for a lot of many years. If I could describe Jim Levins in one word, it'd be trustworthy. I choose that word because I've worked with Jim for many, many, many years, and I've known Jim in many different capacities. I've known Jim in internal affairs, I've known Jim in CID, I've known Jim on the road, and I believe Jim has that aura of doing the best job that he can for the community. I think Jim has some great leadership qualities because of the job that he's done, because of his work ethic. A lot of the times I've worked with Jim in internal affairs, working with cases that were difficult cases, and I think Jim's leadership ability in that to take those cases to its end, no matter who gets hurt, who doesn't get hurt, or what, just to bring the truth out. I think that's where I see that leadership in him. In my experience, in my tenure with the Sheriff's Office, I've seen a lot of commanders promoted above their point of competence. And I've seen commanders yell and scream and lose their tempers and whatnot, and I've never seen Jim do that. I think Jim treats his people well. I've seen Jim in different leadership positions all over the Sheriff's Office, and I have never heard a bad word said about him. Having an elected official with experience, in my opinion, is primary. If you have an elected official that gets elected into a position that does not have any experience, how can that person know what to do as far as his people and his placement and his command? I would say, be very difficult for somebody without any experience to run an agency as big as the Lee County Sheriff's Office. In my opinion, Jim has more experience than anybody I know. I think you need to have the experience that Jim does and the intimate knowledge of the Lee County Sheriff's Office to be able to run it professionally. I think it's very important that Jim's 30+ years of experience in the Sheriff's Office be accounted for, because there's a lot of money out there that help get politicians elected to places that they have no clue what they're doing. And so I would think, in my opinion, that somebody with a lot of experience is much better in a position with somebody that had some people spend a lot of money to get him elected. In Jim's case, as far as I'm concerned, he's been in enough areas of the agency to know what's going on. He knows what needs to be done, he knows the job, and he knows what has to happen. I personally support Jim Levins, the Sheriff of Lee County, because of his 30+ years of experience, and not just because of his 30+ years experience, his 30+ years of experience in many areas of the Sheriff's Office. He's well informed. He has a lot of compassion for the agency and its people. He has a lot of the inner knowledge as working in the Sheriff's Office. Jim's commitment is foremost to this county and to the people of this county. And his leadership style is what needs to be in place so that you can have, or he can put the right people in the right place to service this county. In my opinion, Jim is absolutely 100% prepared to take on this position. You know, his integrity, his compassion for this county and the people that work at the Sheriff's Office, I think and his experience is just what's going to make him a good sheriff. I think he would treat this county very well, and I think he would be the right person for the job. What I would tell someone if they didn't know who Jim was, I would say just look at his record and then look at his opponent's record and compare the two, and I think you'll find that there is absolutely no question who needs to be the next sheriff. My name is Mike Waite. I'm voting Levens for Lee because experience matters.